So here we're going to look at the simple method of uploading assignments. We're making the assumption that your documents are now already in Google Drive. So here are my folders, and this is my worksheet that's already been uploaded into a Google Doc format. If you're not sure about how to do that, take another look at the other video that covers that. So that's in our drive. We're going to go back over here, and I'm going to click on classwork. So here I can add in my worksheets. I will come back to topics in a different video. I'm going to click on create assignment. Here I'm going to give it a sensible name. And I'm going to write my instructions. And then I'm going to click add to grab my documents. Now, as I said before, it should be in your Google Drive. So if you click on recent, it could be a mess. To find it clearly, just click on my drive at the top, go to Classroom, follow through your folder structure, and there it is. Now, the next important thing is if it is an assignment where you're expecting them to actually write on the sheet, then we need to make sure they have their own copy. So this one here, we can do make a copy for each student. Then on the right hand side here is the information about handing in. So is it worth a certain mark? In which case you can type it in, then mark out 10. If it's something that you're just going to comment on with no grade, then you can choose ungraded as well. We will look at grade categories in another video. Due date, when is it due in? I say this Saturday, Wednesday. You can choose to set a time. It will default to essentially midnight, so once we reach October the 1st, then it will register it as being late. You don't have to set that. If you want to set it for a particular time, then you can do, but otherwise, it's fine. Topics we'll come back to in a different video. Rubrics we will also come back to in a later video. So once we're happy that the basics are set out, then we can click on Assign. So this is a simple assignment. It will take a moment to finish as it copies the document over to each student. And when it's finished, we'll see it come up at the top here. And if we single click on it, we can now see that it's set as an assignment. We can see how many people we've assigned it to, how many people have handed it in, and if we want to just double check it, we can view the assignment, which now brings you into the marked book section, which again we'll have a look at in a different video. If you realise you've done something wrong, you can click on the three dots here and click Edit. Now the only thing that you can't correct at this point is this bit here where every student will get a copy. If you forgot to do that, you'll need to delete the assignment and start again. Over here under students, if you're differentiating which materials go to which students, which can make your life easier when it comes to marking them, then you can tick box which students you want it to go to. You can obviously change the deadline, the points. So the only thing that you can't do is this bit here. If you realise you have made that mistake, then we're going to have to delete it. Now you can just press delete, that's fine, it'll disappear from all the students' all streams as well. One thing I will point out is when you go through to your drive now, and we go back to the level at which you've got your folders, you now have a new folder, and this will turn up for every assignment that you make. If I click on here, you will see a copy for every student. So if you weren't marking through the classroom feature, you could load up each document this way. but it is important that you do not delete that folder. Okay, so don't do a general tidy up and get rid of these, because this is the work that the students are handing in. You'll get one of these for each folder that comes up. Once you finish the assignment, you could have a finished assignments folder and plonk it in, and then there's a risk that the students won't be able to get access to it. But the main part is you don't delete it. However, because we decided that we had failed and we'd got something wrong, and we deleted the assignment, we do actually want to delete this now, otherwise it gets very confusing. So remove. Do that before you create the new assignment so that you know which one to delete. And we're going to do it again. So assignment. Adding our documents, going through to my drive, classroom. So again, now they've created a template from the previous one, we're still going to use the worksheet, the original worksheet, and again making sure we click on make a copy for each student. And we can choose which students we want it to go to. We can give it a maximum mark. We give it its due date, and we can assign it. We wait while it copies it over, and there it is. From the student's point of view, what they will see, if they were online at the time, they would get an update to the stream, and they would see it on the wall here. That was the original one. And here they have their version of the assignment, so they can see what it's worth, when it's due in, the explanation that you gave, and their copy of the Google Doc. And they can just type directly in there. It will save automatically, so when they're finished, they can close it down, and then they can turn it in. Rather helpfully, because this document is the one that they're working on, we said earlier that in our own folder, we go to Classroom, so their work is in here. If they fail to hand it in, you can still double check to see if they have marked it. Sorry, they have answered it by simply loading up these documents. Again, I'll cover that in more detail when we look at marking things. And that's just a simple assignment, finished.